Okay, so first of all, hi, I'm Emily. I just wanted to maybe start recording some of my life. I'm going into teaching starting in August, so I feel like I've been doing a lot of things over the summer that I feel would merit a video. Maybe someone else could watch them and have an idea or inspiration, or just getting people to talk about what they do in their classrooms, what works. But I also have a lot of other things going on in my life. I'm an avid crafter. I'm also a dog mom, and I have a fiancé, and we're planning on moving into a house soon. We plan on getting married soon. There's a lot of things coming up in my life that I think would benefit from being recorded, and I think that there's a lot of different personas that I can relate to and find other people that are interested in watching, and whether or not it gets anywhere or reaches anyone is not really important. I think a lot, and I like to look back and refer to my past experiences in order to grow and do better. Filming all of my setting up my classroom videos and all my craft videos and moving and decorations and whatever else will help me reflect on myself. But to start, I guess I will just review some of the things that I've been doing over the past couple weeks. But I'm getting ready to set up my first classroom in August, so I'm trying to get all my ducks in a row. And it's been
so difficult.
Mostly just because I don't know what to expect. I've been watching other teacher YouTubes, and I made a list of everything. I have a list on Amazon. I'm like, I am just trying to get a grasp of what I would like to do, who I would like to be as a teacher. A little background on me is that when I was younger, I had a lot of weird experiences, and so that was one of the biggest motivators for me to be an educator, was to make sure that I am one of those teachers that makes the classroom feel like a family. Overall, I've been meticulously thinking and overthinking and not being able to sleep because my mind is running through all the scenarios. I know what classroom I'm going to be in. I'm going to be in a second grade portable. My library area is what's most important to me. I went book shopping at library bookstores, and I didn't realize that that was such a big thing, but it is. And I found basically everything that I needed. I found big books, I found picture books, I found chapter books. I have everything. But definitely found a lot of different things. I was not picky whatsoever with those 25-cent books or $3 for a bag books. I'm like, if it looks at like the right level, I am taking it and I am buying it. I am going to find a place where it fits in my library, okay? So I just have them by genres. I made up labels. So I bought these. I bought a bunch. And I put on one of the stickers a sheet with this book belongs to, and then my name. I definitely made like 15 sheets of them, and they're $30 a sheet, and I used almost all of them. It was a labor of love. It took 6 hours to label all my books. I also printed out genres, so I have fantasy, so fiction, sports, informative. I have biographies, I have quick reads, National Geographic. I have 2 animal bins for genres. I have animal fiction, and then I have animal nonfiction. I have math books. That's important. It's mostly addition and some multiplication, maybe mostly just counting in order to really focus on number sense. I also have science, which is great. I'm going to have a couple bins of chapter books, and even though they are second graders, I firmly believe in having them available, but it doesn't hurt to motivate them to say, wow, these are the books that you are going to be reading. And then I have teacher favorites. My teacher favorites commonly have a lot of books from when I was a child that I actually did enjoy reading. But then it also has a lot of books that put an emphasis on differences. One thing that I have that I'm not putting in a bin, but I'm going to save them for when I need them, is a lot of social emotional books. So I have a book about a grandparent dying. I have a book about adoption. I have a book about having, a younger sibling. And so just when kids are having a hard time with adapting to life's changes, because we all do, I have books for that. Maybe they can find some sort of comfort. So that's my library. Those are the genres that I picked. So I spent a lot of time in there, and I was just going through all of my picture books. I brought those giant bins from Walmart. I have 4 or 5 of them, and 3 of them were filled with books. I got rid of one because those were all the big chapter books I'm giving to my friend. But those 2 that were left with me are all basically still mine. I narrowed it down to only 1 full bin going into my library, and then having additional books such as Halloween books, Christmas books, my social emotional books that I'll just put out throughout the year or when I need them. But I am going to allow them a choice to look through my library of books that I picked because I thought they were interesting, and that they can go through them and find things that they find interesting. That's my goal for the library. As far as classroom setup with the library goes, obviously they're all going to be in bins. I'm going to have bookshelves to put those in. And then I have 2 green rugs that I got from IKEA. They were $10 each. You can't beat that. They're like 3 feet by 3 feet, so I have 2 of them, and I figured I'd just put them together. I'd do a little bin of pillows, and they can just plop a pillow on top of the rug and just start reading. There is a door. There will be a door right next to the library because there's 2 doors and a portable, like directly adjacent from each other. That one would be locked, so I figured I would just put a curtain over the door and call it done. I do have these great curtains that I got from Amazon. They were only $5 a panel. They're sheer green curtains with vines coming down from the top. So I feel like that's just a super earthy, natural, comfortable space. Green is a calming color. The overall theme is nature and green and grass, and then there's rainbow. So my bins are rainbow, and my rugs are going to be green, and my curtains are going to be green, and I have that big IKEA leaf that's going to go, right over the bookshelves. So I think it'll be a good combination because rainbows are still occur in nature. Maybe we'll actually get to go outside and see one. Next to my library is a standing center. I chose for it to be standing because it's going to be a very tight space over there, and I would rather not have chairs. So I will either make it standing, and if standing doesn't work, then I'll make it sitting on the floor, but no chairs. No chairs. I also really just like the idea of having alternative seating, but not to the extent that you see all over Pinterest, because I don't want to kill myself during my first year of teaching. So I do have a plan. That's why this one, the library, is going to be on rugs and pillows. That's sitting on the floor. You get to choose where you want to be. You can kind of lay down on your stomach. You can kind of sit on your bottom. You can kind of lay down on your back with your head propped up. Whatever they want to do. I don't mind. And then this one's going to be sitting or standing, whichever one works best for my class. And then these are going to be normal seats that, are just the chairs. Over here is the computers, because we get either 4 or 5, which I planned for extra space. We get 4 or 5 computers per class. They're desktop computers. They're kind of bulky. I have yoga balls for this. And I'm going to do a pool noodle with the duct tape on the bottom so they stay in place. And if it doesn't work, then I take the yoga ball and they get a chair. Simple stuff. The guinea bean table is going to have stools. I got white stools from IKEA. You're sensing a trend. I got white stools from IKEA for $5 each. And that's basically it for the alternative seating and flexible seating. I just feel like it's important for them to have a chance to kind of move around and have a different option for sitting. I think that over planning before I move in is important so that I can step away from some other clutter issues. I don't like clutter. I just really want to make sure that I have a designated spot for everything. Without further ado, I think I'm going to end this video. Okay, bye!